So Fani Willis is still pissed off, mad, and angry at currently President-elect Donald Trump. In fact, but we have bombshell information, a bombshell update that has come out with regard to Donald Trump's election interference case. And this could very well be the worst news that Fani Willis could possibly have received.
Your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Reid.
Well, no. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So my question was, do you have any problem?
I object to getting any personal records of mine.
We're not dealing with privilege through a witness.
And I'm not dealing with privilege. What we had offered to put them in camera for the court to review, and I just want to know if she has any problem.
What you were witnessing there was the cross-examination between Fani Willis and none other than Ashley Merchant. This is just after Fani Willis had said this.
And with Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, fresh from her win against Republican challenger Courtney Kramer. She's also facing headwinds and controversy over her prosecution of President-elect Donald Trump, a scandal-filled romantic relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, plus the plea deals in the trial of superstar rapper Young Thug.
She has certainly been busy, but we want to know what she hopes to accomplish in her upcoming second term and what happens to her criminal prosecution of President-elect Trump now. Political reporter Doug Reardon is live tonight for us outside the Fulton County Courthouse in downtown Atlanta. Doug, you spoke exclusively one-on-one with the DA right there in her office.
Breaking news, guys. We're about to drop some bombshell updates on you guys, and Fani Willis is not going to like what we have to share.
We did, and as you mentioned, we don't get this chance a whole lot. Willis grabbed 68% of the vote last Tuesday. That is a whopping margin of victory for her. And she said it's proof that it means most of Fulton County residents here are happy with the job she's doing. We did not get a direct answer from her on exactly what she plans to do with Donald Trump and these remaining criminal charges, but we did ask her the question. Here's what she told us.
I'm really proud of our first term.
Fulton County DA Fani Willis says some of the biggest accomplishments of her first term happened outside of the courtroom. Her team cleared a decade's worth of backlogged cases, 18,000 of them, some dating back to 2014. She started a pre-indictment diversion program that already has seen 300 people graduate with no jail time, and the DA's mentorship program is now working with 500 kids in 20 local schools. But a few criminal cases dominated the headlines in her first 4 years, none more so than her prosecution of Donald Trump and some of his allies for election crimes in Georgia.
I didn't indict anyone who I did not believe committed a crime in any case.
The future of Trump's case becomes murkier after Trump's re-election. A Supreme Court ruling earlier this year made it tougher to prosecute presidents for things they do on the job. Willis indicated she still plans to pursue charges against Trump.
If someone has an indictment in this office, no matter who they are, we continue to pursue those charges.
Emory University law professor John Osvaldo says because Trump can avoid prosecution in the White House, the DA may only have one choice.
In theory, Fani Willis could try the other defendants, wait 4 years, and then bring the case back against Donald Trump as soon as he leaves office.
It'll be hard to do, but there's nothing stopping Willis from doing it. She said as much on Wednesday.
And, I'm here for 8 more years is my plan. And so if that's what it takes for us to get justice in some cases, we come to work every day. We'll come to work and look for justice.
Justice, ladies and gentlemen. Is that justice? Is it justice to ask as a president to question the results of a presidential election, and you call that election interference? Fani Willis has just gotten the worst news. So Fulton County's criminal case against President-elect Donald Trump has literally taken a very unexpected turn just in the last 24 hours. In fact, the oral arguments that were supposed to be scheduled to be determining the criminal aspect of Donald Trump's case against Fani Willis in Fulton County, Georgia, it was actually just abruptly canceled by the Georgia Court of Appeals, leaving a lot of questions about the case's future, guys. And we've been following this for about a year now. In fact, we just got word that the Georgia Court of Appeals issued a brief one-sentence order that postponed and may have even permanently canceled the oral arguments here, guys. Now, this is very good news for Donald Trump. This is yet another slap in the face and another 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 bout of bad news for Fani Willis. Fani Willis was just reelected as a district attorney for Fulton County, Georgia, believe it or not. But this is yet another blow for her office, okay? So the Georgia Court of Appeals, they issued this brief.
It would have been a key step in moving the Fulton County criminal case against President-elect Donald Trump forward.
But oral arguments tied to the case were just canceled abruptly, at least for now. Investigative reporter Zach Merchant with our 11 Live political team joining us. So, Zach, what does this mean for the case going forward?
Yeah, it could mean a lot of things. This is all developing just in the last 60 minutes in a one-sentence order from the Georgia Court of Appeals. This is it. The Court of Appeals was set to hold oral arguments over whether Fulton County DA Fani Willis should be disqualified from her office's election interference case against President-elect Donald Trump. But this one-sentence order from the Court of Appeals at least postponed and may have canceled those oral arguments. Here's the background. Earlier this year, a trial court judge allowed Willis to remain on the case but disqualified former special prosecutor Nathan Wade following allegations of a conflict of interest after it was revealed the pair shared a romantic relationship. Defense attorneys appealed the ruling, arguing that Willis should have been disqualified as well from the case. Lawyers were set to argue the case before the Court of Appeals on December 5th, but today the justices canceled that hearing, at least for now, and they did not explain why. Two seasoned Atlanta attorneys I spoke with just in the last hour, they suggested this may be a result of Trump's recent election victory and a generally accepted view that prosecutors should not bring criminal cases against sitting presidents. But right now, that is just speculation. The future of this appeal, at least for now, is unclear.
Yeah, a lot of questions around all of these legal cases, and that's just one more question mark with the one here in Georgia. Zach, thank you.
Now, I would like to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, Mustang Energy Corp. As the global energy landscape evolves, the demand for clean, reliable power sources have never been greater. Among the most promising solutions is nuclear energy, and at the core of this shift lies uranium, a critical mineral forward. In just 5 years, uranium prices have surged an astounding 242%, a trend experts predict will continue as demand increasingly outpaces supply. The uranium market is experiencing a historic transformation. The spot price has climbed from $25 to approximately $85.50 as of October 2024, reflecting tightening supply chains and a growing appetite for nuclear energy. Industry experts predict a supply deficit exceeding 35 million pounds annually, expected to persist well into the next decade. This shortage stems from several key factors. Countries like China and France are doubling down on nuclear energy as a cornerstone for energy security. As of early 2024, there are at least 60 nuclear reactors under construction worldwide, with hundreds more planned or proposed. Geopolitical instability and volatile fossil fuel prices have made nuclear energy a practical and politically palatable choice. Wall Street's taken notice, with institutional investors, hedge funds, and even energy giants positioning themselves uranium bull market. Modern industry, from data centers to Bitcoin miners and massive gigafactories, requires unprecedented levels of electricity. Companies like Amazon are investing heavily in nuclear energy, underscoring its critical role in powering the future. Mustang Energy Corp, on the OTC exchange under ticker symbol MECPF and on the CSE exchange under MEC, is strategically positioned to capitalize on the booming uranium market. With a focus on exploration and development in the Athabasca Basin, Saskatchewan, renowned for its rich, high-grade uranium deposits, the company is laying the groundwork to meet surging global demand. Mustang Energy Corp is actively developing multiple projects in uranium-rich areas, all of which are near existing infrastructure and major discoveries, increasing the likelihood of success. Located near Alaska's high-grade Moon Lake discovery and major deposits like Camco's Millennium, the Ford Lake project benefits from established infrastructure and proximity to proven resources. Situated near the Cigar Lake deposit, one of the world's most prolific uranium sources, processing 18 million pounds of U3O8 annually, the Cigar Lake East and Rough Rider South projects also have access to the McLean Lake Mill. Surrounding the Carswell's impact structure and adjacent to Fission Uranium's West Clough project, the Yellowstone project is yet underexplored but holds immense potential for high-grade discoveries. And located near Camco's high-grade Virgin River Shear Zone deposits, the Dutton project's promising drill results hint at untapped opportunities for uranium extraction. As global priorities shift toward energy security and geopolitical stability, Mustang Energy Corp is uniquely positioned to thrive. With its rich portfolio of strategically located projects in the Athabasca Basin and a clear focus on high-grade uranium exploration, the company is poised to meet the demands of a growing nuclear power sector. Investors and industry leaders alike recognize the incredible potential in uranium's future. For Mustang Energy Corp, the journey is just beginning, but the path forward is illuminated by rising prices, sustained demand, and a critical role in powering the world's energy transition. This is more than an opportunity. It's a revolution in energy, and Mustang Energy Corp is at its forefront. And when I say brief, I'm talking like it's one sentence. And it postponed and may have even canceled the oral arguments. In fact, these arguments, they're set to address whether Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis should even be disqualified from the offices or from her office's case against Donald Trump, which obviously involves allegations of election interference. And Donald Trump's case involves 18 other co-defendants. Now, Fani Willis got famous real fast, not just for coming after Donald Trump with these fake cases, allegations against Donald Trump, but it was also Ashley Merchant, who is a lawyer, attorney for one of Donald Trump's co-defendants in this Georgia election interference case, who literally blew her private life wide the heck open when Ashley Merchant exposed her and Nathan Wade's extramarital relationship that was going on during the trial. Keep in mind, Nathan Wade was the special counsel that Fani Willis had hired, and they were doing some hanky-panky apparently. So Ashley Merchant blew that up, took the spotlight off of Donald Trump, and then Fani Willis became under fire. Anyway, earlier this year, a trial court judge ruled on a conflict of interest allegation. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It was this conflict of interest that took place between Fani Willis and Nathan Wade that Ashley Merchant had exposed. And so while the judge allowed Fani Willis to continue working on the case, a lot of people argued that part too. Why was Fani Willis allowed to remain on the case? She should have been kicked off the case along with her special prosecutor, right? So the judge, anyway, Fulton County judge, allowed Fani Willis to stay working on the case. The court disqualified former special prosecutor Nathan Wade due to revelations of a romantic relationship between Wade and Willis. Well, Trump's defense attorneys, they appealed this decision and they fought back. And they argued that Fani Willis should also have been disqualified from the case. So the oral arguments were scheduled for December 5th, 2024 this year to address this issue. But today, these unexpected orders, they came from the Georgia Court of Appeals, and now they're putting these plans on hold, possibly indefinitely, which could mean that maybe they just throw Trump's case out the window altogether. So Zach Merchant actually spoke with two experienced Atlanta attorneys who offered potential explanations for this. They speculated that this particular decision could be influenced by Donald Trump's recent election victory here and the widely accepted principle that sitting presidents, they're not typically even permitted to be prosecuted for criminal cases. So obviously this is just purely speculation. As a court of appeals, they've provided no real detailed explanation for their decision.